Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing my weekly review for this week's episode of Fear the Walking Dead Season 3. This is for Episode 3. It's called TEOTWAWKI. And spoiler warning, if you guys have not seen this episode yet, you definitely want to watch it before you watch my review. So this one, returning after the double premiere, which was a pretty huge double premiere for Fear the Walking Dead. I wasn't expecting to see too much from it. They did bring us, I guess, enough. We got to see a pretty cool moment, which is the return of Daniel Salazar. So that was really cool to see. And I was kind of expecting to see that around this time. I thought it might be episode 4, but it looks like it's, this episode, which was pretty cool. And I felt like that helped out the episode quite a bit because there wasn't too much happening with the Clarke family at the farm, at the Brokejaw Ranch. But it was okay. It was a decent mix for an episode, and I wasn't expecting too much after the crazy double premiere. So it was a decent episode. At least we got to see that, and we got to see what happened with Strand and this Dante character. We saw in the promo or the trailers that he was going to be kind of hung over the dam. We do see the guy who goes thrown over the rails at the dam, which was a pretty brutal kill. So he kind of falls down, which most likely, I would think, based on how he landed, would break his spine somewhere, and then he's just left there to lay there in agony while he just gets eaten by a whole shit ton of zombies all around him. So a pretty brutal death, and this Dante character seems to be a pretty interesting villain type character. We've got Strand, who's basically in a cell at this point, and Daniel, who's in and around there somewhere, maybe a part of that community. We'll have to see. And just see how this all works, and if Daniel helps Strand escape, something like that is what I'm thinking. And then maybe this Dante character can be a more serious villain for us at some point this season. So that was good stuff, and I did like all the stuff with Strand this episode, and found that to be pretty exciting. At no point did I think that he was actually going to go over the rail, though. I mean, I never thought that they were going to do that. Granted, they did kill Travis, so sometimes they do stuff that I don't expect. But still, I mean, watching that, I wouldn't think that he would get thrown over. So he's able to talk his way out of it, which is good. And it's cool to see someone else that Strand knew from his prior business and his regular life that knew Thomas before the zombie apocalypse began. He sounds like he could be a cool kind of villain because he's pretty cold, he's pretty heartless, and he uses kind of what people do against them, whether or not to judge them, whether or not to allow them to live in the zombie apocalypse, whether or not to allow them to kind of join his group. But Strand does bring up some good points that, there's going to be people attacking and trying to take this, the water and everything, and maybe the community that he has. So he's got some good ideas there, and he allows Strand to survive, I guess, or to live in a cell for now. So I liked all that stuff, and also for the prospect of Daniel returning is going to be really cool because next week's episode looks like it might be some kind of flashback. We'll do the predictions video after this one pretty soon for you guys and give my thoughts on what I think we'll see with that one. But apparently that one is all in Spanish according to Ruben Blades. So that should be pretty cool to kind of see what happened with him during the time from all the stuff with Celia at her place up until now, because it has been quite a bit of a time skip for Daniel. So we'll have to see, what happened with him and how everything went through. So that should be cool to see. To begin the episode off, I was like, am I watching the right show? Because they started off and you get to see the TEOTWAWKI, or the end of the world as we know it. And we see Jeremiah Otto, who apparently he's like one of these people that sells tapes, like a survivalist, like infomercial type guy, which is pretty funny. And we do get to see his massive stockpile in the pantry or the basement underneath his place is just absolutely stocked full, probably better than anybody else we've ever seen in The Walking Dead so far. This guy seems to be more well prepared than anybody we've met, which is cool because He's a new type of character. We've never really had like a survivalist to this degree, I want to say, especially somebody who's like, who's known and who like sells sells like tapes on how to do this type of thing. So he's like a teacher on survivalism, and he's got his own self-sufficient place. So it's a pretty cool concept for a character, and it is unlike any we've seen so far, in the zombie apocalypse. But you would think that there are some pretty big survival nuts out there, like survivalists nuts out there. So if shit did hit the fan, if shit did go crazy, they would be the best suited of anybody. So, you have these people that are kind of, paranoid, the world's going to end, this kind of thing, the sky's falling, right, Chicken Little type thing. But really, they're the ones who would be better prepared than anybody if that was actually, the slight chance that was actually happening. So that was kind of funny. It was cool to see the tapes. I also liked how he has kind of this issue with this Tracy, who is his first wife, I believe, and he's kind of fighting with her back and forth. And then you see Troy, who kind of sees this and starts crying, and then Jake kind of consoles him. So you kind of get to see like maybe the start of how Troy became this like serial killer later on, just from what happened with his dad, the possibility of his dad abusing his mom, that kind of thing, and him seeing that. So yeah, so there was that. I like the tapes and stuff. I thought it was funny how Madison just gives everybody shit. She's just giving everybody shit. She goes to Jeremiah, and she's just like giving him crap all the time, angry at him, angry at everybody. She's not too nice about anything that she asked for. And it's pretty weird to see her interact with others because she's so demanding and everything. But it was cool to see later on in the episode that she volunteered to go out with the others and find out what happened with the helicopter, and get a chance to, or at least to get to see what's happening with the group that hasn't reported back and's gone missing. And I'm thinking it's probably related to the helicopter incident, and most likely to the group of natives that are somewhere in and around there. And we'll have to see what happens with that, if they are in fact the ones who shot down the helicopter and might be our group of villains for this, at least this half, or maybe the better part of season 3. They also had a funeral for Charlene, which we got to see in kind of the sneak peek, and Vernon, who mentions like, how he wants revenge and that and payback, and Troy quickly chimes in to say that they will. We meet Gretchen, who's pretty funny. So they have a Bible study thing with a nice little twist that when they go to it, or when Alicia goes to it, she finds out that they're just kind of, smoking weed through a bong. They have like a zombie head there too, which is pretty funny, who is Jeff. So Jeff is a zombie head, which is pretty funny. And then she admits to the others that she killed a man and that it was easy. Then we have, let's see, so all that stuff. And I'm just going to see if I miss anything here. We've got the Nicholas and Troy parts here, where Nicholas almost kind of kills Troy, or tries to kill him, and then just kind of like, I suppose at this point knows that he shouldn't do it, but he kind of wants to do it anyway. So he kind of does it as like a prank, and you get the sense that Troy actually kind of likes it, because I think Troy realizes that Nicholas is pretty screwed up. So being as such, Troy probably relates to that as well, because Troy is, really messed up himself. So it's pretty funny to see them and how they kind of work together, and Nicholas kind of laughing like he's some kind of Fear of the Walking Dead Joker or something. So that was okay. You got the old people dancing, and then you've got the hunt at night, and the purpose to rebuild civilization. So that was good. I like the idea and everything, and can't wait to see how it all fails, because I'm almost guaranteed it's going to. Let's see. So then Travis is a good man, much better person than I am, which was cool, and also maybe kind of a hint at the possibility of the group from Fear becoming villains. Also that, as well as Alicia saying it was easy to kill him, and easier than she thought it would be. So again, maybe just kind of going more and more towards that kind of villain side, and even Nick is as well too, enjoying kind of playing that sort of trick on Troy. Not that he doesn't deserve it. Louisiana wants to leave, and is kind of finding out from Madison and Nicholas that they're really going to stay because there's really nowhere else to go. And then we see the return of Daniel, and that's pretty much it. So it was an okay episode, slower episode after the double premiere. I'm going to give it a 7.7 out of 10. Pretty decent. The beginning was super weird, but I guess, you would have people like that, and the people that would be best prepared and would survive are the ones that maybe are the weirdest, or people that are, like that. So it was okay. I thought it was a decent follow-up to the double premiere, and I am excited for the prospect of what is going to happen with Daniel now that he's back, and what's going to happen with this group of natives, and how this is all going to go down between them and the ranch, if in fact they are the ones to blame for the helicopter and all that, and Madison wanting to get her revenge and everything. So let me know what you guys thought about the episode. You can write your comments below. I'll be back in about half an hour to an hour with the predictions video for what I think is going to happen in next episode. This is episode 4, the Spanish one. And yeah, that'll be it for this one, guys. We'll see you again soon for that video. As always, it's Trev, and I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See you soon. Just subscribe somehow.